This is our 2023 garden plan. Stay tuned.
Welcome back, friends. We've grown in this garden layout since 2020, and it's definitely been hit or miss. Most of the misses come from my lack of weeding and some drier weather without a proper irrigation setup. So this year is going to be a new ballgame. I'll be installing drip irrigation when we plant and focusing a lot more attention so we can get the best yield possible. The first yield-related problem we had last year was tomatoes, which usually for us is going to be the Roma variety. We struggled last year with leaf wilts, so we're hoping that a good crop rotation and this Fusarium and Verticillium resistant variety will do the trick. I can tomatoes every year for sauce, and this has always been one of my favorites. So we're going to have them here and here, and everywhere you see a TR on the map as well. We like a lot of companion plants in our garden, so to go with our tomatoes, we are planting basil to repel pests, including whiteflies, aphids, and spider mites. Borage will help to deter tomato hornworms. Cilantro, parsley, calendula, marigolds, yarrow, and zinnias help to attract pollinators and other beneficial insects, such as lacewings, ladybugs, hoverflies, and parasitic wasps. Nasturtiums are planted throughout the garden as a trap crop for aphids, flea beetles, and squash bugs. On the mountain, larger peppers can be hit or miss, but we usually have good success with jalapenos, which we use for omelets, chili, and salsa. We'll also grow cherry hots this year, and mulatto isleno peppers that are used for mole. Peas are a hot commodity in our garden every year because they're the ducks' favorite snacks. This year, we're trying Easy Peasy peas, which reportedly won the taste test for best peas at Burpee Seeds. We'll see what the ducks think. We also have some sugar daddies to cover our bases. Dill and tomatillos finish out the trellis on the left. For carrots, we chose the Danvers 126, which is a half-length carrot that works well in our raised beds. Blue Solaise leeks are an heirloom French variety dating back to the 19th century. This variety is known for its excellent flavor and extreme cold hardiness. Supposedly, they can be eaten from the garden over winter and into the spring, so we'll see. My wife planted American groundnut tubers in the fall. These are a native perennial legume that produce a tuber with a flavor like a nutty potato. Like peas and beans, they fix nitrogen in the soil, making it available for other nearby plants. The sweet yellow Spanish onions are a long-day variety, meaning that they set their bulbs in the summer in northern latitudes, when the daylight reaches 14 hours. And we also have Bermuda onions down at the bottom. Cucumbers are one of the ducks' favorite treats, next to peas, of course. This year we're trying Burpee Seeds' Bragger Hybrid, which is supposed to stay sweet, crunchy, never bitter, even if you miss one while picking and it ends up the size of a liter bottle. We'll see how this compares to the heirloom Market More that we also grew last year. And these radishes will help repel several pests, including cucumber beetles and flea beetles. The salsify planted last year is a biennial and should produce edible flowers this year, as long as they weren't damaged too much by the ducks. We grew and dried cranberry beans last year, but considering that most of the beans that we eat are black beans, we decided to try growing black turtle beans this year. And some stringless green beans finish out the bottom center bed. The cruciferous vegetables, old-timey blue collards, red Russian kale, and Pak Choi are kept together in one bed so they can be netted against cabbage worms and loopers. And the rest of the greens are kind of spread out. We have Bibb lettuce, and Vertil spinach. We have the rest of the mixed lettuces spread over here, and then chives to round it out. 2 varieties of beets make this bed complete. Caserta zucchini is a striped Cocazelle-type zucchini known for its early and prolific production. Our asparagus were planted last spring and are a mix of Jersey Giant and Purple Passion. We will have to wait until next year to harvest any spears. Our blueberries consist of 4 different varieties: Echo, Northland, Legacy, and Duke. This combination allows for good cross-pollination and an ongoing harvest from July through September. We'll add in some cutting celery down here, and we'll highlight our seckel pear tree that sits up here. And there you have it, our 2023 garden plan here on Sassafras Farm. What would you do differently? Let us know what you think down in the comments below. Well, there's no time to waste. We're going to plant our cold crop seedlings tomorrow morning, so let's run and get some seed starter.
next day.
Now that our trays are planted, we put them under an indoor grow light. We'll leave them there for a few weeks and then move them to the greenhouse to prepare for a life outside. We'll start several more trays over the next few weeks, and we'll revisit how it's going once the greenhouse starts to fill up. In the meantime, we continue to prepare the garden, cleaning last year's deadfall, clearing a pile of duck shavings, and picking newly sprouted weeds kept us busy for the afternoon. Our blueberries are lined on the left here, and our strawberry beds line the fence by the red rake. Weeding this all is going to be a monumental task this year. Well, I'd say we're mostly clean now, so let's check back in on the pork.
Kraut. Kale.